friends. I hope you had a fabulous New Year and New Year's week, and that you're getting started off in the way that you want your New Year's to continue. Since I filmed these a week out, today is New Year's Eve for me, and so I am getting ready for what I hope to be an extremely productive 2017. I really hope I can get out of debt and just really kill it this year. So, let's do this. Hi friends! So I have 4 frugal wins for you today and 1 fail. So my first win was actually pretty lucrative. I messaged Amazon Kindle support because I got this Amazon Fire from one of you guys actually about 6 months ago, and I use it every day. It is one of my favorite possessions in my Roomba. I love these suckers and I use it all the time to read. So but the problem is that the charging port has been going out, so it will only charge if it's kind of pushed forward like this. It won't charge if it's like this, and it won't charge if it's like this. Also, a charging port is not supposed to wiggle like this, so it's gotten loose, and it's kind of, the problem has gotten exacerbated since I got it. And so at this point, I actually have to like lean it up against something hard when I'm charging it to keep the port in the right place. So I messaged an Amazon member on chat, an Amazon customer service rep, and at first they were like, sorry, we only honor, our warranty's only 3 months. And I was like, oh, that's kind of bullshit. You only stand behind your product for 3 months. And he's like, you can buy another one. And I said, why would I buy another one if it's going to break in 3 months? Now, I was very respectful this whole time, but I was firm, because I believe that they should, a charging port shouldn't go out within 6 months of an electronic being used very lightly and very gently. I mean, if I were carting this around in my purse every day, and if this was a very high volume thing, but it sits right there next to my bed, and I only read it in bed. I'm not hard on this thing. I take very good care of this thing. So, he tried to get me to buy another one, and I said no. And he tried to, when I continued to kind of bother him about it and saying, no, you should stand behind this product, he said he'd give me half off if I went and bought one. And they're $50, which means I would have paid $25 for a new one. And I kind of argued with him on that a little too. I said, just a couple of weeks ago for Black Friday, y'all had them on sale for $33. That's not that big of a discount for a product that has malfunctioned. And then he tried to go in and say, this is a 1 in a million type problem. Most of our products don't do this. Then if you buy another one, it's not going to do it again. And I said, hey, if it's a 1 in a million problem, that is obviously with the actual device, not something that I did, then you should stand behind it and replace it. And so he did. Like I said, this entire time I was very respectful. I understand that it is his job to not give things away for free unless it is absolutely necessary, but I think I made my case well. And I think it's one of those like riddle things where you must ask 3 times and be told no each time, and then if you ask a 4th time, you'll be granted the wish or something. So they sent me a new one. This is my old case, but they sent me a new Kindle, and it's actually purple. So I have a new Kindle with a charging port that works perfectly. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the old Kindle because it does still charge. I think the port is going out on it, so I don't know. I might try to sell it, like if I'll bring it to a pawn shop or something and see if they'll give me a little bit of money for it. If I do that, I will absolutely tell them the issue with the charging port, because there are people who can fix things like that. I'm sure it's something to do with like the little metal things in there. I'm not technologically savvy, obviously, but there are people who can fix this kind of thing very cheaply and that would want to purchase something like that has a small malfunction, and they can fix it and save a lot of money and get it perfectly. So just like if I see an article of clothing in a store that just has like a tiny little rip, I'd totally purchase that, save a bunch of money, stitch it up myself. That's this is just not my skill set. So if I decide to do that, I might donate it or give it away, but I think I might try to sell it since it is now the year of trying to make money to pay off my debt. So yeah, I got that, and I'm very happy that Amazon stood by their product, and they sent me a new one without any charge to me, and I'm glad I will be able to continue to have a working Kindle this year, because it was such a nice gift from one of you guys, and I love it. I really do. I read every single day, and so I use this every single day. And I'll get to continue using it through 2017 and hopefully beyond, because it's working and it's not going to give out on me. I have learned that you absolutely shouldn't wait until something breaks fully when it's like the electronics thing. My old inclination would have been to wait until it broke entirely. And who knows, that could have been another 6 months or something, and then it would have been harder to convince them to replace it. So that, by the way, I have glitter tattoos because a friend of mine was practicing for her side gig, which is doing kids painting parties. All right. Number 2, I locked myself out of my car. I've had my car since October. It only came with one key. It has a microchip in it, so it was really hard. I looked into getting a spare key, but they're like $60. At least that was my thought, was because I went to the Walmart key department and they had the little microchip car keys and they were all marked like $60. So I decided to put that off. However, I locked my keys in my car on Thursday. And I was going to have to call a pop-a-lock, but then a sweet man who works in the press room said that he would try to help me break in. And so he got like a long length of wire and a crowbar, and we kind of finagled until we got the door open. Thank God. Because here's the thing, there's only one pop-a-lock company, according to Google, in Mena. And so that means he could pretty much charge whatever he wants to come open my car. And yes, I'm friends with like police officers and cops and stuff like that, but they don't really do that anymore unless like someone's kid is stuck in a car. It was going to cost me a lot of money had Ben not been willing to take about 30 minutes out of his day of doing stuff to help me break in. And it took a while. So I made him brownies as kind of a thank you, and he liked them, and I'm very appreciative that I work with talented people and that talented and kind people that are willing to do stuff like that for me. And it saved me at least $50, because I guarantee you that pop-a-lock person would have charged at least $50, and he could have gotten away with charging anything, because if he's the only game in town, what are you gonna do, right? So I did go and try to get a spare key, because I figured, you know, even if it's $60, then if I lock my keys in my car 2 more times and I don't have anyone to help me, it would be better for me to have a spare key. Walmart did not have the key I needed, and they tried to tell me I didn't have a microchip in the thing, which would be really good because that means it would be cheaper, but they didn't have keys. So I went to the local farm bureau, or farm supply, and they had regular keys. Now they don't work. This key that they made for me doesn't work to start the vehicle, and it doesn't work on the driver's side, but they made me just like $1.50, like kind of a door key that will open my passenger side door. So if I lock my keys in my car, I have something that I can open my door with to get back in, which I think is brilliant. I bought 2 of them, one to keep in my purse, one to keep at home. So now if my car key breaks, I'm screwed. I'm gonna have to somehow order another key to get my car working again. But if I lock it in, I have an extra way to get back in and get it without paying a pop-a-lock person. And I paid $1.50 each for the 2 keys. So for $3 to never have to worry about getting a pop-a-lock if I lock my keys in my car again. Ooh, super win. All right, number 3, because it is now the year of sacrifice and don't shop and don't do stuff and just get out of debt, I left a couple of Facebook groups that I belong to, specifically some like cute, well, there's one called Plus Size Vintage Buy Sell Trade, and they sell a lot of like ModCloth clothing, and I bought a couple of dresses from there on a huge discount and incorporated them into my wardrobe. But I can get through this year without buying any more clothes, I think. So I don't just want that on there constantly popping up to tempt me to purchase more clothing, even if I don't necessarily need it, even if it's like the deal of the century. So I left those groups. I can always rejoin them later, but I left them so I won't keep seeing it in my feed, and I won't be tempted to go window shop and be tempted to purchase something. So I think that is a win. It was a little sad because I enjoy looking at those groups and the pretty clothes, but I will be fine. I will survive. All right. And number 4, this one is totally a win on you guys. I mentioned in my what I got for Christmas video that I bought this candle from TJ Maxx, and it was $13. It's a Yankee Candle, and I mentioned that I was a little disappointed by it because, and I just learned the term for this, it doesn't throw scent. It smells really good when you smell it and it's not lit, but when you light it, the scent doesn't diffuse in the room. And so many of you commented, contact Yankee Candle. They're a good company. They, one, they need to know that this candle isn't working right, that it's not throwing. And two, they might replace it for you or give you a gift card or something. And in my head, I was like, yeah, I should totally email them. If they gave me a gift card or something, I wouldn't be able to cash it in probably because there's not a Yankee Candle around here. I bought this at a TJ Maxx in Mississippi. But it's good to let people know what products they aren't good. However, pretty much immediately, like 2 hours after, I just sent him a little email saying, hey, I just want to let you know this candle didn't work. I was really disappointed by it. It was my first Yankee Candle. Maybe you should look into the product line. That I had an email get sent back to me from a customer representative saying, we're so sorry about that. We want to make sure that you love our candles and we want to stand behind them. Please go to our website, pick out another scent, and we will send it to you completely free. So I get a new this sized candle. I actually picked Sun and Sand, which is a scent that I had smelled in the store and I had really liked. And on their website, they have reviews, and a lot of people talk about how the scent throws and everything like that. And there were good reviews on that one. So they are sending me a new candle, which I think is awesome that they stand behind their product like that. And these candles, the candle they're sending me is like a $15 candle, because obviously this was a TJ Maxx. It was a discount. I did tell them that I didn't buy it at a Yankee Candle store, that I bought it at TJ Maxx, and they didn't care. They were like, no, it doesn't matter. It's our candle. We will replace one for you. So I had a week of people, really good companies, really standing behind their products, which makes me more inclined to purchase from them again in the future. So I am all about that. All right. And my final thing was a partial fail. I didn't file my mileage. I didn't file my mileage for December. However, I can still do it on Monday. It was due on Friday. I should have turned it in on Friday. I won't be penalized for it at all, but it's not good practices to regularly turn things in late. It might have to go on like the next check, the check for the end of January instead of the mid-January check, just because I was lazy and I didn't file my mileage. But I brought the form home. I will complete it. I'll total it out. I'll bring it in on Monday. So I will get reimbursed for my December mileage, but it's still kind of why did you do that, Sarah? Why did you not just do what you were supposed to? Because it's only hurting me. It definitely doesn't hurt the company if I don't turn in my mileage. That just means that they don't have to pay me extra. But it hurts me if I don't turn in my mileage. So I will turn this fail into a neutral. I will. All right. Let me know your frugal wins and fails for the first week of the year, and I will let you know next week how my first week of the year went. So I hope you're all doing fabulously.